Hello folks, it's garden update time. The apple tree is looking amazing. I've thinned that apple tree out 3 times. And still with the apples. Absolutely nothing on the cherry tree though. They all dropped off. So nothing for us this year. Planted out the clematis. It's not dead. Excuse the noise, our neighbours are having some work done. The hydrangea and the buddleia doing so well. More sweet peas. There's some over there as well. And there. Basically, I think it's fair to say I sowed way too many sweet peas this year. Bit of a pond update. I don't know if you can see it. I tried to cover all of the... Where's my finger? I tried to cover all of the black plastic because the frogs started forming and they were jumping on it and then frying themselves, which was not what I wanted. Anyway, we have a little dam here and a fishy side and a wildlife side, which is awesome, except for the fact that the fish keep on getting out into the wildlife side, which is not so awesome. Right, and then we come up to the vegetable garden. Now, probably the two biggest differences here this month is that I have completely given up on the salad bed, because between the slugs and the cat, nothing was growing. The other thing is that we finally made a start with the tree canopy. You can see we stopped there where the greenhouse is because we didn't have any ladders or anything to make sure that the trees fell back into the field, and I was not willing to lose my greenhouse. But with just that little bit, it's made such a huge difference to the stuff that's growing in the beds, in that they are actually growing now. I mean, albeit very, very slowly. Look, my courgette is finally actually courgetting. And this one. But as you can see, they're tiddly. So tiny. The aphids that we had in spring and early summer basically slowed everything down because they were everywhere. Sweet corn's not dead, but not really doing anything. It's been quiet all morning, and then of course the sheep and my neighbours' builders kick off all at once. Basically, things are growing just very slowly. And I moved... Hey Booney! I moved the sweet peas from there to here in an attempt to stop him and the slugs from killing them. Coming up to the greenhouse, we have not just one happy rhubarb, but 2. That one's perked up. And inside, you can see to the side of the greenhouse, I've still got bags of well-rotted horse manure that needs to be put on the beds, but I don't think that will happen now until autumn. Anyway, greenhouse. Botch it, Kim. Anyway, my tomatoes have grown very little, but they have grown, and they have they've cried blight twice, and yet both times it seems to have been a false alarm. They are the biggest divas, I swear. But look at that. Finally, I might just get myself some tomatoes this year. They did seem to bounce back very quickly when I pulled out the lettuces, which were just covered in greenfly. So I'm not sure I will mix the two up again next year. Now I've got, oh God, I want to say gherkins and cucumbers, but it might be the other way around. Oh, that'll be fun to find out. And just to prove how damaging greenfly can be, this pepper plant didn't grow at all while it was infested, and that was despite me spraying it frequently with soapy water, which worked, but the green fly just kept coming back. Now that they've gone, it's bounced back. I don't think I'm going to get any fruit from it this year, but I'm going to carry on growing it anyway, just as a 2 fingers up to the green fly. Seriously, they were crazy. Anyway, strawberry wall. That's established really well, and my new plug plants are now starting to flower. And I got a couple of different strawberries just to add a bit of colour. I can't remember what they were called. Light pink, dark pink ones. Anyway, and then I've got some chamomile and chives and chamomile and chives and chamomile. No, yes, chamomile there. I ran out of chives. Which the slugs have been enjoying. Yay. Oh, and before we leave the veggie garden, I just want to show you my sunflowers. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know how they were doing these breeze blocks. I thought they might actually wick water away too quickly. But them, along with my makeshift windbreak, they actually seem quite happy. Which means I can grow sunflowers here up on the windy hill. I'm so happy. But slugs have got 2, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. Me and slugs are not getting on this year. So I've sown peas in there as a little experiment because I want to grow something. And that reminds me, actually, continuing on with the experiment, I have squeezed peas in all of the gaps here. Peas and dwarf beans. And I'm hoping that they can also grow up strings and I can just get a bit more of a harvest. It might not work, but you know what? You don't know if you don't try, do you? Also, I have been using nematodes this year. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. When I say this year, I mean this month. They seem to be doing the trick. I haven't really seen too many slugs since I've put it down. But it does take time to work, and it does work by slowly killing them off. They have to get into the system and eat them or something. Look it up. It seems to be good stuff. However, as with all organic pest controls, it seems to be like a 2 or 3 pronged approach. You can't just rely on the one or you will lose stuff. And this is the wall that you can see from the kitchen window. And last month it was absolutely covered with Welsh poppies, which are dying back now. And I'm going to pull some of them up because they reseed so quickly and they can take over. So I'm going to, tidy it all up. Every time I come back here. Oop, hello. Every single time. You will notice that Tufty's not about because she's broody again. Oh. Right, okay, some good and bad news with this garden here. We've got the chicken shed all nice and ready for the summer. When we first moved in, this entire garden was absolutely full of blackthorn saplings, and I thought I'd dug them all out, but I've obviously left some of the root in there because they're growing back, eh? Yeah, it's annoying. So I'm gonna have to dig them all out again. There's always something. But, so that's the bad news. The good news is that the sweet pea wall, which got off to a really ropey start this spring, has just exploded. So I'm really, really happy with that. As for the growing things in breeze blocks, building blocks, whatever you want to call them, I would say that one's a success. And, oh, excuse me. And then you'll notice that here I've dug out two little patches. I've got potatoes in there. Don't know if I'll get potatoes in time for Christmas, but a girl can hope. Basically, I've not had much luck with potatoes this year, so I'm giving it another shot. And that's it. Very short and sweet one this month because I have a lot of work to do. We have one more week until the summer holidays starts, but it means I have to crack on. So this was a very, very quick update. Actually, before I go, I've just remembered I gave myself some things to do last month, didn't I? To do the brassica cage, collect more bramble sticks, and enjoy the garden more. Well, I've enjoyed the garden more, for sure. Bramble sticks, I don't even know why I bother putting that on the list because I never do it. And the brassica cage, well, I made a start. I got hoops, but I haven't yet got the netting. So, yeah, halfway there. So there you have it. Nearly fell down the stairs. That would have not made a good video. Aims for next month. I think I'm going to go for finish the brassica cage, actually finish it, and I want to fix the wall in the pond to separate the fish and the wildlife bit. Otherwise there won't be much in the way of wildlife because the fish will eat them all. And just continue to enjoy the garden, especially seeing the summer holidays coming. I think I can manage that. Right then, you lot, that really is it this time, so I will see you next time. Ta-ra!